Hello, magic makers. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this reading is for you. A transmission through the Serpent Gate, a page in the codex, and perhaps a message you are meant to remember. Before we begin, please light the fire and hit the like button. Every like you leave is a torch along the spiral road. Every comment is a sigil etched into the vault of echoes. And if this message resonates, consider subscribing to the channel and joining our journey through the temple. If there is anything you wish for me to hold in light or carry into the temple with you, a prayer, a protection, or an intention, speak it below. Now, these readings are not predictions, they are transmissions, and I am merely the messenger. The meaning is yours to uncover. Open the temple within and listen for what echoes back, because the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 9 of Swords. I feel like you're somebody who is going through a difficult time right now. I feel that there's a grief that you're holding on to right now, okay? There's something that is, you're somebody that really feels how they feel, right? You don't try to mask your feelings. When you're having very strong emotions, you don't hide them away. I feel like you're going through something right now. There is something quite painful that is present in your life. I don't know if you lost a loved one recently. I feel like there's tears, a lot of tears, yeah. I feel like you're somebody who is powerful enough to get through whatever this is. There's a martial energy here, okay? And the first thing that we witness is the pain of a separation. You're going through a separation from someone that you love. Maybe I feel like somebody's passing into spirit, but this could be something else. It could be a breakup or a loss of a job. But it's something that feels as if this is an energy that's gone, right? So I feel that pain of separation. But this is also Mars in Gemini for another reason, because this is your strength to get through this. This is not going to break you, okay? This is something that is going to change you. It's going to leave its mark on you, okay? It's forever going to be an experience that is part of your soul. But there is more life beyond this moment, okay? Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what's going on here. 5 of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the 8 of Swords. We have a Prince of Pentacles. We have a 5 of Swords. A lot of air energy here, okay? A lot of confusion, a lot of grief, a lot of rumination. Okay, but there's a symbol that's breaking forth from underneath. I feel like there's either a dream or a vision or a synchronicity that is coming through from the spirit realm. Spirit is speaking through some symbols right now that you can't dismiss. I think there is a loved one in spirit that is very close to you. Okay, and I don't know what I'm kind of feeling now. Well, let's put the rest of the cards down, and then I'll tell you what it is that I'm feeling. Yeah, there's the Moon card. There's the Fool. And I think the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune here are very intimately connected. There is a loved one who's in spirit for you, who's very close to you, and they're coming through right now. Their name might begin with the letter A, first or last name A, okay? They're also showing me a big, huge Q, and I don't know, it's a circle with a little tail, a big Q, I don't know why. I think that they're trying to guide you through this very painful situation that you're in now. That's now I'm starting to understand a little bit more about what's going on. The situation you're in now, they are trying to help guide you through this. Okay? And I don't know exactly who they are. Nine of look at that. Yeah, see? They're trying to guide you from the misery to the happiness. They're trying to be by your side, whoever this loved one is. I feel like it's somebody that you know who it is that's with you, right? They're trying to guide you and help you and hold you through this situation. And they've been sending you signs. They've been sending a transmission through to you with signs, symbols, synchronicities, dreams, visions, something like this that you can't ignore, and that it's there. They're showing you that they're there with you. They're trying to hold your hand and comfort you while you go through this difficult thing, which I believe is something of a physical nature. It's either a job or it's a physical, there's a physical discomfort. Maybe you're going through an injury or an illness. It may be that someone very close to you is also transitioning to spirit. Okay, it may be something of a very difficult financial situation. Okay, but the idea here is there is this message coming through that things are going to get better for you. Someone from the other side is holding you through this situation. You're in a very difficult position with all this air energy. Okay? And this loved one is trying to guide you through this. Because right now, with that Nine of Swords, it feels like this is never going to get better. Okay? It feels like this is a misery multiplier. This is a situation that's going to continue to get worse, and it will never get better. Whoever this person is, and I feel that maybe they are kind of represented by the Fool a little bit. In other words, I feel like they're a very playful person. There was somebody that was like, I don't know if it's, I don't feel like it's anybody older than you. I feel like it's a contemporary. I feel like it was like your best friend, or it was like a sibling, or it was like a cousin. But I feel like they're about the same age as you, but they were like a jokester, like a class clown, like a trickster person. Yeah? Because I think they're coming in with this very playful energy. Okay? And I feel they have some connection with elephants. Yeah, or I don't know, they're showing me like a big elephant with the trunk that's raised up. I don't know if that's like some kind of an image that you would recognize, but they're kind of saying like, tell them about the elephant with the trunk up like that. Yeah. Let's draw the hidden key from the codex. Okay, the unseen cipher, the one truth yet unrevealed. This is a card pulled at random, a fragment of the codex beyond the known spread. It represents the factor infinite and unknown, what the watchers have not yet allowed us to see. We're going to set it down right here with the big red ant right on top. And we won't look at this hidden key until the end of the transmission, but when we do, it will bring all the threads together. And it will confirm the prophecy, and it will close this page of the codex. If you feel the pulse of intuition, if the dove current is whispering to you, tell me what you sense. Leave a comment. What do you think the hidden card will reveal? Okay? Anyway, let's look around the room. We see our three major arcana cards, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the Moon. Okay? The Moon is the dark, scary forest. This is your confusion. This is your fear. This is your grief. This is a dark night of the soul for you. Okay? The Fool is, I think, the representation of this loved one that's in spirit. It's coming through with the message for you. Okay? I feel like you're somebody who's very connected. I feel like this is someone who's been with you for a long time. And maybe, again, like a childhood friend or a cousin or something, right? They've always been with you. It may even be like really an ancestor, okay? A spirit guide, somebody, but it feels like the two of you are the same age, like best friend kind of energy, okay? And I think that you've felt their presence for a long time. I think that you've been at times very clearly able to communicate with them. And I feel like they are right by your side right now. Okay. So we have our majors. We don't have any fire. We do have a little bit of water. Good water. Okay. We've got mostly air, and our earth cards. Okay. The air right now is kind of, I think at least it shows that things are getting better, that there's kind of like a dialogue that's opening up. I feel like you are able to converse with this loved one. I think that also the Five of Swords is about you figuring out a plan to fix or to get out of this situation. Okay, to remedy. When we got the fives, right, we start looking for the four. We need stability, we need peace. And I think that this loved one is trying to guide you through this, reassuring you that things are going to be okay. Okay. And also trying to help you formulate a course of action. Because we don't have any fire, and fire is what we need right now. Okay? Don't despair. Plan and prepare. Okay? That sounds ridiculous, but that's kind of the message that's coming through. Things seem bad. They're going to be okay. Got to figure out what we're going to do. And that's our five. So our first card is obviously our Nine of Swords. This is your station. This is where along the spiral road you are currently. It's not the beginning, it's not the end. It's the pulse of the present. Unfortunately, it's a very painful present. You're at the position on your spiral road where everything hurts. Spirit wants you to know that this is not forever, that this is not a perpetual torment and suffering. It shall pass. Okay? But the Nine of Swords is the feeling like this is never going to change. This is bad, it's going to get worse. This is a pessimism. This is a despair. This is a misery multiplier. Okay? And with the obstacle of the Five of Pentacles, this is card 2, battle position, right? This is the force that's pressing against you. It's money. It's physical, dysfunction. It's health or wealth, fitness or finances. So it could be that this is a situation that's just related to money, or you lost your job or something like this. It could be a situation that you have chronic illness or something like that, and that's the source of the pain. It could be that you have lost a loved one, and on top of that, you have now financial burdens to deal with. Okay? And so it's compounding. It feels like this is hopeless, is not going to get better, okay? But you have this guardian angel person on the other side that's trying to hold your hand and guide you forward and say, no, it's going to be okay. And they're the A person that's showing me the big Q. I don't know, the big Q and the elephant, okay? They are very reassuring. And it's like they're the person or the entity, the spirit that would come around and try to make you laugh when you're upset, when you're crying, and I think you've been crying before, and they would come around and they would do something silly, and it'd make you kind of laugh, and then you'd sniffle, and you'd start to kind of, to come out of it a little bit. That's the kind of person that they are. Yeah. And they keep telling me that there is a bigger plan here. Okay, that there is there's something that you haven't received yet, or that you haven't understood, or you haven't gotten the call or the message yet. So they're kind of saying, no, don't worry. It's like you're already despairing about something, and they're trying to say that no, it hasn't happened yet. There's something coming in that's going to give you the reassurance. Okay? There is stress now, okay? But there's going to be a resolution. With the Wheel of Fortune underneath the surface, this is what your soul knows. Your soul has been communicating with this loved one, or this spirit, or this guardian angel, spirit guide type of person. What I want you to do is write down on a piece of paper 3 signs, or synchronicities or omens that you've received just in the last few days. Okay? You can write them in the comments here if you want. You can put them in your journal or just on a napkin. I don't care. But just to acknowledge those signs, because you can't ignore the signs, okay? I think that this person comes to you either in dreams, visions, and synchronicities, and maybe even now beginning to really just have a dialogue with them. Just sit alone in your room or in your car and just talk. Just say, hey, I'm worried, help me, you know? Tell me what I should do. Tell me how it's going to turn out. Tell me it's going to be okay. Yeah. I feel like they will. They're trying to tell you now that you may feel as if you're at the very bottom of the wheel, you know, between the rubber and the road. That's 9 of Swords, yeah. But that things are going to turn around. Things are going to turn in your favor. If you feel like your luck has been pretty poor, they're telling you that that is going to change. Tried to tell you to be hopeful. Continue to have dreams. Continue to make your wishes because they will come true. Don't stop believing, right? Don't stop wishing. Don't stop hoping. Okay? Something in the higher realm is reaching for you. It's almost like what you're seeking is also seeking you. It's kind of the vibe. In the background here, 8 of Swords. This is the chain. This is what's binding you right now, and what that is rumination. That is a helpless kind of feeling. It's almost like we're feeling that there's no way that anything could get better. There's no way that anything could change. I have to start the timer here. These readings have been getting a little bit too long lately. I've been getting a lot of feedback from listeners who want the readings to be a little shorter. I do my best. I'm trying here, okay? So I have a stopwatch anyway, and sometimes I forget to turn it on, and then an hour goes by, and I say, oops. The 8 of Swords, again, rumination, looping in the figure 8. This is the chain that's binding you. This is preventing you from finding a solution. This entity, this loved one, I don't know what to call them, you know, this guardian angel of yours wants you to get out of your head. Kind of is saying, stop worrying about everything so much. Stop thinking about it over and over and over again. And let's make a plan. Okay? Let's write some stuff down. Let's sketch out a little outline. Okay? You are forming a partnership with someone on the higher plane. Okay? And that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Because I think that you're collaborating with this other entity, whether it's a loved one, an ancestor, or a spirit guide, or a guardian angel. Whatever their nature is, or whatever if they were a physical family member at one point, I don't know. But they're rather playful. I gotta say that. The 8 of Swords is that overanalysis that prevents action. Okay, keep looping back in on the same worries, the same thoughts. And we can't control those thoughts. We just keep doing it. And the more we think about something, the more it reinforces the belief that we already have, that pessimism, that pain. The more I think about it, the more it hurts. The more it hurts, the more I think about it. We get fixated. You know when you got like a toothache? Now, do you have a toothache, or who? Someone around you has the tooth thing? Because I'm being told, point to the tooth. Yeah. And it makes me think of when you have a pain, when you have a toothache, it hurts. The more it hurts, the more you want to touch it with your tongue, the more you think about it. But then the more you mess with it, the more you think about it, the more it hurts. Rather than saying, okay, I got a toothache. What I need to do? Brush, floss, pack it with garlic and cloves. I don't know. Go to the dentist, you know. Take an anti-inflammatory medication. I don't know what you do. You fix it. You make a plan. You figure it out. Okay. But it's hard to do especially when we have all of that air energy. That's a lot. This is a lot. This is saying, I hurt. Okay? And I keep thinking about that. My mind is fixated on that pain. That I'm not able to push past it and actually get a solution. What we need to do is change the behavior. There's something that we need to do differently now. Okay? We make a plan and we implement that plan. We need the fire. We need that will. We need to get motivated to pull ourselves out of it. Whatever this is that's going on. Okay? The lie here, the illusion, is that you can't change it. The battle, the obstacle for you is believing that you can do something about it. You're collaborating with somebody on the higher plane here. And I think that if you open that channel within yourself, I feel like you're like a medium or something now. I feel like this is coming through, and if you attach yourself to it, and you open up that channel and you receive that transmission, which means you got to calm your mind down. You got to stop all the thoughts a little bit, so you can hear that signal, you can feel what's coming through, and just start writing it down. Start channeling that message. And maybe I misspoke. Maybe you haven't had this person with you forever. Maybe I think they have been with you for a long time. I don't think that you've been able to communicate with them all that clearly until now. Now it feels like their message is loud, and you need to. They're not going to stop. Okay. Now the giant position here, right? This is your untapped power. This is a builder. Okay? This is something that you need to tap into. This is that untapped power for you, right? This is who you're going to become. When you step through the threshold of this pain, you're now the builder who is operating in the physical world with a plan. Now, the builder is not the architect. The builder is the one that is facilitating. It's like spirits coming through you and using your hands to build something for you in your life, okay? To reconstruct something, to change the nature of reality with you. Has to be through your hands. But spirit is that energy coming through those hands. So whatever this force is on the other side that you're connected with, they're coming through you and operating through your hands to fix something that needs fixing, to build up something that needs to be built up, to stabilize something, to restore a foundation. Okay, in a way, maybe this is Spirit's way of saying, like, get back to your routines. Okay? If you're in this Nine of Swords kind of state, one thing that you could do is try to maintain some of your very basic routines of life. Get up at the same time every day and brush your teeth. Have a glass of water, take the dog for a walk at a certain time. Like, stick to some of those routines. Okay? Because that's going to help you with a sense of normalcy. The Five of Swords. Find ways to come to terms mentally with what's going on. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the Nine of Swords, which is like your mind is so occupied with that it's going to hurt and hurt and hurt, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Pain. So the Five of Swords is saying strive for peace of mind. Strive to make a truce, right? We want to go back. We want to stabilize with the Four of Swords. Strive for acceptance. You know, acceptance doesn't mean giving up, hopeless, helpless, nothing I can do about it, I've accepted it. No. Acceptance is saying, this is the situation. I cannot change the reality right now, but I can build upon this. In other words, you can't undo it. But you can respond to it, and you can bend reality. You can nudge the river forward in the way that you want it to go. So acceptance is basically coming to terms with the nature of the situation. I'm not angry at it. I'm not wishing it didn't happen. I'm just saying, okay, this is what I have to work with. You're claiming your role as a magic maker. Okay, you're saying this is the situation, I have to adapt to it, and I have to try to create the best possible outcome that I can. Whatever this, doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it's about how you respond to it, how you sort of take charge, and how you're doing that in cooperation, in tandem with this spiritual force in your life. Whatever that spiritual force is. I feel like it's a spirit guide or a guardian angel or something, but I feel like they're a physical, or they were at least a physical member of your family. Okay? Because I feel like there's physically close with that person at some point. Okay. Let's talk about the path of the serpent, okay? And now the 5, we talked about the 5 of swords, and this is, I think that's going to be the bridge. Okay, that's going to be what really gets you through this serpent gate. On the path of the serpent, the moon card, your general energy. You feel lost in a dark, scary forest. You're alone in a dark wood. Yeah, you're not alone. And there is light. The situation can be changed. There is a new dawn happening. This dark night will end. Now you're ushering in the brightness, the light, the optimism, the hope, the happiness, the joy, the healing, in tandem with this spiritual force in your life. Okay? This person is very strong and very, very close to you right now. And we see the path of the serpent is very different from the path of the dove. Okay? This is the kind of current situation, and this is how things are going to progress for you. We're getting out of the dark, scary forest. The sun is just about to rise. You've got to help it rise. It's trying to rise. It needs your hands to help it. Okay? And that's what the builder is doing. These are the 5, right? The 5 of Pentacles is the 5-fingered hand. It's you reaching out into the world and realizing that you can change the physical reality. That you do have the ability to mold and shape the physical world. But first we have to get our mind right. And then our hands are going to start cooperating too. Okay? And we're going to get out of this dark, scary forest. Let's do a Divine Doorway Oracle card. There it is. The morning memory, its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. Okay, meditate under the sun. I feel like the morning, we're in that dark night. I feel like it's a new dawn. I feel like morning is just about to arrive. Morning with its healing gift. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling. The healing is here. It's time for that. The Fool in the shadow position, that's what you kind of avoid, right? Or what you, what kind of waits to be embraced by you. And I think that this is representative of this spiritual entity in your life, this guardian spirit, or guardian angel, or spirit guide, okay? I feel like they are needing, wanting, waiting to be embraced by you. In other words, they're trying to communicate with you, and they want you to open your mind and receive their love and guidance. Feels like a guiding force. Yeah. This card also represents your starting over. This represents a kind of reinventing yourself, or beginning the path again, or realizing that you're coming through this in spirit unscathed. You may have physical scars, mental scars, emotional scars, but your spirit is not affected by any of this. This is that immortal, essential, quintessential part of you. Okay? And it may really be, that shadow part that says you don't want to have to start over at something. You don't want to have to begin again. If you lost a loved one or a spouse, or if it's the job, if it's whatever, something that you were separated from. This is kind of saying, I don't know that I can go on without that thing or that person, And I don't know if I can continue. I don't know if I could start over in life. This is kind of like a reset, and it may feel with that Nine of Swords that's the end. That's it. That was life. That's the grand finale. But the Fool is here to say, no, there's more spiral road for you to walk. Okay, this may be one transitional moment for you. It is a threshold moment. You've got to keep going. Now, the Three of Cups is in the position of the mirage, the illusion, the fear, the obstacle that may not be real. Okay? And it's real if you believe in it. And in a way, that card is hope. It's abundance, right? Abundance is real if you believe in it. If you believe in a Nine of Swords, then that's gonna be the reality. And we'll keep getting the Nine of Swords, and we won't be able to get out of that. You got to keep hope alive here. Okay? You got to continue to have wishes and hopes and dreams and aspirations. This didn't ruin your dreams. That didn't completely destroy your hope or your dreams. This is Pandora's box in a way, right? All the nasty stuff flying out of the box, but hope's still there. That wish, okay? And I think as the mirage, it's really that fear that abundance isn't going to be part of your life. That love, that joy, that happiness, celebration will never be part of your life again. That's a lie. And this guardian spirit for you is trying to tell you that, no, there's a lot more good stuff coming your way. Don't give up now. This is a sacred transmission coming through for you. Your destiny is happiness. This is the shape of what wants to happen. This is the next page ready to be written in your codex. Right now, your story feels like this. This is the current page. This is where you are now on the spiral road. This is what's coming next. And if you can see this and believe in this and trust and have faith that this is going to come, this is happening, then you're going to do everything in your power to speed it up, to usher it in. Let's look at the mystery card. I think it could be more water energy. It could be, maybe fire. I feel like maybe we need that motivation. We got to get fired up, Instead of more despair, maybe we need some motivation. Maybe we need some strength. We need a 9 of Wands, the strength multiplier. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. 5 of Cups, yeah. It makes sense. So we have the 5. We have all the other 5s pretty much, except for the fire. 5 of Pentacles, Swords, and Cups. 5 of Cups is sorrow. Okay? 5 of Cups shows that we're disappointed that something should have been here in life, but it's not there anymore. We were experiencing the pain of separation. But this is a card too that's saying this will pass. There is still love there. These 3 cups are spilled, but you still have these 2. Better days are right there. Okay? You're looking at the past. You're looking at what has already happened, what's already been taken from you. At some point, you have to turn forward and look at what is now being offered you. That love. 2 of Cups, right? Love. Because the 3 of Cups is spilt, and that's kind of now you're saying, well, I had 3 of Cups, I lost the 3 of Cups, I'm never going to get another one. That's a lie. Turn around and see the love that is waiting for you as you continue your journey. This is somebody who's looking at what already happened, has turned around on the spiral road and is looking at that pain and feeling that pain because of something that happened. Turn back to the road in front of you and start walking again, and you will find love, and you will find bliss, and you will find happiness and healing and fulfillment. And now this transmission will continue beyond this gate. In the extended reading, we'll cast an I Ching hexagram, we'll draw from the oracles, and a new codex will open a new set of keys. If you're feeling called to continue, the path is open. There's a link in the corner here. There's a link down below this video. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. The codex reveals itself through you. I want you to subscribe to this channel so that the next page of the codex will find its way to you. I thank you, I love you, and we all walk this path together.